So hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be going over on what I consider to be a likely outcome for Bully 2 and what I think is likely to happen with GTA 6 and what Rockstar are going to do after that. So as we all know, GTA 6 is in full swing and we're probably not going to hear of any new games from Rockstar for a very long time. As we've seen from modern Rockstar, they don't really do multi-games like they did in the PS2 era. And when I say multi-games, I mean working on multiple games at the same time and publishing them out so quick. Like in the PS2 era, from 2004 to the end of 2006 we've got Red Dead Revolver, San Andreas, GTA Advance, Midnight Club 3, The Warriors, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, Bully and Table Tennis, which is an absolutely insane run in its own right. But one of the things that Rockstar changed is when GTA 4 was in development, they wanted to do less frequent releases in favour of more higher quality games, putting the majority of their studios to work on their larger titles and only having smaller teams to work on what they deem to be side projects. These include the likes of single player DLCs like episodes in Liberty City, GTA Online updates and just regular updates. Now as we know, Rockstar are a very secretive company. They don't really announce their projects until they deem them to be ready. They are very secretive. Some of you might remember that GTA 6 was actually first announced in 2022 and we didn't get a single thing about it officially until December 2023. And considering that as of making this, the majority of studios are undoubtedly working on GTA 6, I would assume their next project after GTA 6 won't enter proper development until GTA 6 is near completion. Rockstar more than likely have a plethora of game ideas they want to work on for the very foreseeable future, but obviously because GTA 6 is their main focus, they're not going to do them yet. And they'll probably address them when the time comes. And these more than likely include the likes of new IPs, remakes and sequels. Now I know Insomniac aren't Rockstar, but if you remember that Insomniac leak from last year, you might remember that all of Insomniac's games got leaked up until the early 2030s. Now of course Rockstar do love to take their time, so it wouldn't surprise me if Rockstar's pipeline could be in the mid 2040s, and I have no doubts GTA 7 and maybe GTA 8 are on there somewhere, as an estimated time of when they want to get it done. Now of course that pipeline more than likely has non-GTA titles sprinkled in between GTA 6 and 7. As much as GTA is their golden piggy bank, they cannot rely on that until GTA 7 drops. So on a very conservative estimate, I would say we have about a 10-year window from 2026 until the next GTA. Now I say 10 years based on the fact that Rockstar do take their time to perfectly craft their games, and many employees who've worked for Rockstar have stated they are perfectionists and do not tolerate imperfections on their mainline titles and are not afraid to cancel games they deem not to be up to their standard. Plus technology has advanced substantially as we've seen over the years. So when GTA 6 eventually drops, they are not going to announce a game straight after it either. People have waited, and assuming there are no delays of course, 12 years for the next GTA, and it's arguably one of the most hyped up games of all time. When it drops, people are not going to shut up about it. In fact, people aren't shutting up about it now. God only knows what it's going to be like in 2025, when the release date gets closer and closer. GTA 6 will undoubtedly dominate 2025 and 2026 as a whole, and Rockstar know this. That's not even accounting for GTA Online, which as said is their piggy bank. I fully expect GTA Online to launch a month or two after the main game launches, and once again that's also going to absolutely dominate the likes of Twitch and YouTube. I suspect it'll probably be around 2028 is when we'll get a look at the next non-GTA Rockstar title. I say 2028 for a few reasons, because one, it'll give players a few years to enjoy GTA 6 fully, give them time to find out all the hidden details, of course launch online and get a few big updates in, and maybe even get the game ported to PC. So that way then, you know, a few years have passed, the GTA 6 hype has predominantly passed, people getting excited for the next title. So 2028 arrives and Rockstar finally announced their next game. It's not going to be GTA 7, but it's going to be a title to fill in the gap between GTA 6 and 7. And knowing exactly how Rockstar work, they'll probably announce it and then release it a few years later. So a realistic time frame would probably be 2028 announcement and then a release date either in 2030 to maybe 2032. And then going to my prediction for GTA 7, it gets announced in say about 2034 with a release date of 2036 or 2037. But anyway, let's get on to the big question. So could it be Bully 2? As I mentioned earlier, Rockstar undoubtedly have loads of concepts for future games and updates, and I firmly believe that Bully 2 is one of those concepts that they might want to revisit down the line. Bully 2 has the benefit of being in the works 3 times already since 2008. How many other games can you say have been in development 3 different times? To me, that is a very good sign that Rockstar want to get it done eventually. The 3 times, of course: 2008, cancelled due to Max Payne 3 and Red Dead Redemption; 2013, and that's because the team couldn't agree on what direction the game should go in; and 2017, we don't know anything about really. I do find it very intriguing they tried 3 times over the span of 9 years, and it shows they really do want to make Bully 2. Speaking from the viewpoint of a creative, and assuming 2025 is when the next Rockstar title enters development as GTA 6 nears its end, it would mean that Bully 2 would have had about 7 or 8 years to work out where the game should go. 7 years is more than enough to work out the story, characters, themes and so on, and considering we don't know anything about 2017's Bully 2, this might actually get your hopes up a little bit. They may have already got that stuff figured out ages ago and just canned it to get Red Dead Redemption 2 done quicker, and might be picking it up again once GTA 6 is done, which would mean they might get a head start to work on the project. Plus, Bully is relatively small compared to the likes of GTA and Red Dead anyway. Many agree that Bully 2 would likely be a smaller time project in comparison, and likely would be much quicker to get done with since Rockstar won't have to bother making an entire state, and won't have to mess around with 600 different vehicles and their handling and so on. Even in the 2008 Bully 2, they wanted to confine it to a small town, prioritising a much more detailed rich world than the sprawling landscape of, well, not much else really. And considering the insane details we've seen in Red Dead Redemption 2, they originated from Bully 2. Stuff like the world changing over time and NPCs remembering Arthur originated there, and the details we got in Red Dead 2 is completely insane for a game of its size. People are still learning new details to this very day. So I'm confident that if Bully 2 is next, they won't need to create many new details from scratch since they can probably just update and tweak the ones from Red Dead 2 or GTA 6. Another thing which I do think is probably going to play a massive part in this, is there is still a high demand for Bully 2. Excluding GTA 6, people often say they want Bully 2 next. You don't really see that many people saying I want LA Noire 2 or Manhunt 3. From a business perspective, so from the eyes of Take-Two, this is pretty much free guidance and money. In the world of business, you need to listen to what your customers want. They're practically telling you they will throw money at you for whatever it is they're demanding. If a large chunk of people are saying we want Bully 2, there's quite possibly a large chunk of cash that's just guaranteed right out the gate. It's a much safer bet than gambling with a new IP that might flop, or a game that might turn some people away. So that's my slightly more realistic analysis of Bully 2. I still think it could happen, but of course we're going to have to wait until about 2027 or 2028 to find out. But one thing I will say before I end the video is when GTA 6 drops, see how many Bully references and Easter eggs we can find. That might give us a hint to how Rockstar still feel about the franchise. And if we can find a lot, or a fair few of them, it might give us a bit of hope. But that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching and have a great day.